Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220 KHTS. Host Fred Arnold, and I want to do a little special segment, and many of my guests and friends and listeners have asked me to talk about it, and that was my experience with doing my third Ironman 70.3 this past month. I did it in Austin, Texas, and kind of the journey I had from deciding I was going to do that last year. Well, first of all, let me just differentiate. There's the Ironman, and then there's the Ironman 70.3. The Ironman 70.3 is a shorter version of the full Ironman. It's a 1.2 mile swim, a 56 mile bike, and a 13:1 run. No small feat for those that do it. And then, of course, the Ironman is double all that. I had some inspiration to be a great example to my children. You know, what could I do to show them how to live your life fully, how to live out of your comfort zone, how to step away and boom, do something that is maybe extraordinary, but what can you do to inspire others? And so I started last year, got a bike, road bike, not an expensive one, just started riding. I joined, there's a lot of clubs. I know there's a Santa Clarita Tri Club. I work with a group called Fortivus Racing, and joined a club so that I had a support network and kind of learning how to do it, which was just a new experience, if you will, learning how to do it and knowing about the sport. And the first thing is learning how to swim properly. That was a big thing because, you think you know how to swim, but when you're in the water, you want to conserve as much energy as possible because you got the long bike and then you got the long run. So I did that every Tuesdays, and then I'd supplement a swim at the local fitness here as a second swim. But you can always, City of Santa Clarita has a master swim club. You can, I know I swam a lot in San Fernando when I was doing business out there. There's a lot of opportunity for you to get in a pool, but you really should get a coach, maybe at least once a month, to get an idea where you stand and in order to get through the swim. And then there's the bike. And let me just tell you about the bike. The bike builds upon itself every time you get on. Every time you get on a bike, you have to get on a bike in the open road. And here out in Santa Clarita Valley, there's a lot of trails, which allows you that opportunity to do that. But you have to get out in the open road, not just do spin. Spin's good. In fact, it's high intensity. But normally when you're just riding, you're building that base of miles after miles after miles. And then you have the run, which I actually am a runner, so I cut back my run a little bit, and I really focus on the bike and the swim because I just knew I'd muscle out the run and end up accomplishing that pretty well. So let me tell you about Austin. Austin flew out there. It was raining, pouring rain the day before. Set up my bike. The morning of the race, get up around 3:30 in the morning, get some food in you, typical oatmeal, some protein, but not too much food. You get to the location. You want to be there early because your nerves are going and you want to calm them down. And it was just so inspirational to see all those either first timers or those that are just experts doing it again. How they were so excited in the anticipation of the event, of the accomplishment, of really getting out of their comfort zone and doing something really extraordinary. And that was huge. It was exciting. It was interesting. It was an event in itself. So the swim started. Swim was a simple 1.2 mile swim, but the wind picked up. And every time I took a breath to my right, because you barely want to pick your head out of the water, your mouth out of the water, water kept coming on that side of me, and the waves were going over my head. So I had to breathe on the other side, which is something I wasn't practicing at. And so that was an experience. Get out of the water, transition to the bike, and one of the most beautiful bike rides I've ever had. Talking about the old Texas farms, I saw more steer and more horses and more cattle than I've ever seen in my life, and beautiful homes. And it was just breathing it all in. And that's what life's all about, is finding extraordinary moments to appreciate all you have in life. Because that's what it's about when you're by yourself and you can appreciate and be in gratitude. Get off the bike after 56 miles, 3 hours, 17 minutes. Get off the bike, and here you got this 3 loops on about four little over 4 mile loops with all this crowd pushing you. And boy, I tell you what, the crowd was pushing you. I remember the last 2 miles, I was struggling. I was tired because I'd gone hard. And I found this gentleman, and I said, hey, he looked like he looked stronger than I did. And I says, hey, let's push each other in. And he goes, yeah, brother, let's do that. And so we pushed each other in, asked about his kids. I asked where he lived, just all the questions so he can do all the talking, and not me because I was pretty tired at the time. But together we finished strong, and we finished in this big old stadium, and the feeling of accomplishment when you're done is unbelievable. But most of all, I wanted to be that example to my kids. I wanted to be that example to my community. I wanted to be that example to friends. I wanted to be that example to those on Facebook on what you can accomplish if you just get out of your comfort zone, if you pick a time to do it, and you just strive to get it done. And there'll be so many people that come into your life that'll encourage you, that'll push you, that'll really help get you across the finish line. So those who want to do it next year, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho is still open. I'm doing that June 24th, I think it is, or 25th, right around there. Be happy to help train you a little bit and have some fun with it. It's also very important, your supplements, what you're taking. I'll kind of go over that with you and tell you what my experience is and give to you what so many gave, which is encouragement and advice and wisdom on it. So anyhow, call me, email me, fred@fredarnold.com, or you can find me at my cell, 818-612-5626. Hope you enjoyed this little briefing on Ironman 70.3 Austin. This is KHTS, your host, Fred Arnold. Bye-bye.